Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today at IAMS. My name's Trina Murray, and I'm a Life Sales Director here at IAMS. And with me today is Krista Johnson, Divisional Sales Consultant, and Paul Huber, Divisional Sales Manager. We're going to go over Allianz and some of the key things that you need to know for doing business with Allianz and how amazing they are. And they're going to tell you how amazing they are during the presentation. But first, we're going to go through some general information on IAMS for those of you who have not attended the webinar before. And those of you that have, it's just a refresher. So here at IAMS, we offer a new producer builder program. So anyone that joins here at IAMS and starts writing business and gets contracted with us, we have an opportunity to give you something back to say thank you for moving your business over to IAMS. This program is available during the first 6 months after you're contracted. And as you can see on the screen, there's different levels and different packages for each level. This is not even all that's available, but we just want to give something back to help boost your sales when you come over to us. And if you would like to learn more details on this, reach out to your life or annuity sales director here at IAMS and we can go over it in detail. Another way that we thank you for your business is a marketing reimbursement program. So we will pay a $100 marketing reimbursement per $100,000 of premium and indexed annuity premium, $200 per $100,000 in premium for single premium life, and $200 per $10,000 premium of life target. Also, we have a referred producer program. So if you have referred any advisors over to IAMS and they join, get contracted with us, we will give you a $50 one-time bonus for referring an agent to us. Steve Murray will sit down and write you a check. He writes these out quarterly. The money, and then every thousands of dollars when you refer could be paid out to you depending on the amount of business that your referral writes. So every quarter, Steve will sit down and write a check out to you for the amounts listed below. I'm not going to read them all, but as you can see on the screen, just want you to know that this money comes directly from IAMS and it doesn't affect the referred advisor's commission. So nothing is taken from that advisor that you referred over. It's just what we pay out of our own pocket to say thank you for the referral. Referrals are the highest praise that you can receive, and we just want to show our appreciation. Something else that we do here at IAMS is we have back office support. We want to make sure that you're working smarter, not harder, and you're being able to focus on what you do best, and that's meeting with the clients. So we want to be here to help you with case design, shopping cases, following up on submitted applications, business building tools and resources. We have top sales expertise and coaching that attend the academies that we'll speak about in a minute. Basically, anything that you need, you could reach out to us. If we can't do it for you, we can direct you to somebody who can. So another one of the things that we offer on our IAMS website is there's everything that you could think of out here. You can submit your applications out here. Doesn't matter if it's iGo eApps, Anaco. It has a portal out here because that's the only way to submit their business. We have Firelight. There's just every way to submit an application up here. If you do a paper app, you can upload it into the website and it will go to the team that it belongs to, life or annuity. Our website's always accessible. We have the forms out there. We have a supply request that you can complete, and it'll go out to the team that sends out the supplies, and we'll get that over to you. You can quote term on the website. You can get forms, current annuity news, MIGA rates. My favorite part about the website is the sales resource library. There's fact finders, concept sheets, PowerPoint presentations built for you, calculators, guides, and many, many other resources. So if you haven't checked that out already, please do so at the soonest opportunity. You'll like that. We have access to Firelight through the IAMS website. You would need to go onto the IAMS website and register with Firelight on our website. From what I understand, it's a simple process. And then once you've registered, then you'll be able to submit applications. Most of the options are for annuity, but there are some life options out there. Allianz is one of the carriers that allows us to use Firelight. So it's just a simple submit instead of the full application, which is more favorable to most advisors. And we don't have all the carriers on here. I think we need to update this. We have added some new carriers, so we'll get it updated for the next presentation. We have a creative marketing team, and they have solutions to help you with your business and help you get the most out of your business and your day as you can. A lot of our competitors out there will contract out for their creative marketing solutions, or they use outside vendors. We have a team in-house, so it's quicker turnaround, it's more personal, you don't go through a third party, so there shouldn't be any delays. They have a lot of things that they can help with. If you're interested in any of these, just reach out to either creative or your sales director here in-house. We do have IAMS Wealth Management now. We added this component for the advisors who would like to house everything under one IMO so that you don't have to have life here, annuity here, wealth management somewhere else, maybe MedSup somewhere else. We have all of those here offered for you at IAMS. If you are interested in hearing more about our wealth management team and what they specialize in, just reach out to one of your directors today and ask them to set up a meeting with you and Duncan. He's really very knowledgeable, and he's really fun to talk to. He makes every conversation a fun conversation. So we also offer several life and annuity academies, and then also a couple of IUL academies every year. It's 2-day training. The Life and Annuity Academy focuses on sales ideas and strategies from top producers. It goes over turnkey seminar systems, advanced marketing for life cases, business insurance concepts, tools, software. So it's mainly focused on marketing and tools. And then our IUL Academy is more focused on concepts and carrier products. So we do have 2 of those this year. Hopefully we will get to have more than 2 next year, as seating is very limited. If you are interested in attending one of these academies, just reach out to us, or you can go to our website. We have launched a separate link so that it's easier to locate quickly. It is available on the IAMSinc.com website, but it's also its own website now, so it's IAMSacademy.com. If you go out there, you can see through August the academies that are being presented to you this year through August. We have more after August. We just don't have those out there yet. These are all expenses paid, transportation, meals, hotel. So if you're interested in joining us at one of our academies this year, please reach out to your contact and let us know. Also, I'd like to talk to you about a seaside sanctuary. It's our advisor trip that we host. It looks like, I think this is the 4th trip that they've had here at IAMS. It's for those who qualify during the qualification period. And so this one has had a very long qualification period. It was July 22nd through the end of this year in December. You have to do 4.5 million points. So if you're interested in that point system, it's not too late to qualify. You do have through December 31st. The top 20 producers will go on to an extended trip in the Charleston place in the historic downtown Charleston. So if you're in the top 50, it's still not too late to make the top 20 and be invited to attend the extension of the trip. So follow and like us on Facebook and LinkedIn. The website is www.iamsinc.com. Phone number is 800-255-5055. And to check out the academy, it's iamsacademy.com. And now I'm going to turn it over to Krista and Paul and let them share the training with you. Before getting her screen set up, I just wanted to let you know that there's a section that you can enter questions in as you go along here. If you have questions that you want to go over at the end of the slideshow, we can do that. Just type those in that box there.
Trina, just let me know when you can see my screen.
Krista, right now we have the PowerPoint, not the actual slide presentation, so we can see the slides on the left and everything else. So
how's this?
There we go.
Got it.
All right, perfect. All right, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I am Krista Johnson, and as you can see here, I'm a divisional sales consultant with Allianz. I'm joined by Paul Huber, who is our divisional sales director. We both cover the West. So the West region is our territory, and we work with our field partners, so the marketers and the agencies in the West. So that's what we've done. That's what we do. I've been with Allianz for 19 years next month. So I've got an anniversary coming up. And Paul, I believe you've been with Allianz for 21 years. Is that right?
Yep, that's correct.
All right, cool. So I don't know if that means anything other than we're just getting older, but we also have a lot of experience. And so we're really excited to have you guys join us today so we can cover just some highlights on who Allianz is and then our product as well in the IUL space. This is the agenda. If we make it to the digital sales tools, that's great. I might just cover, just highlight a couple of those at the end, but we'll try to make this short and sweet and give you lots of information along the way. So first of all, and then I just wanted to mention too, if you do have any questions or want any specific details on products or sales concepts, anything like that, go ahead and chat that in, because Paul is here to be able to provide answers to any questions that you ask, and he'll also provide some color commentary along the way in case I miss anything. So first of all, who is Allianz? So we are Allianz in life insurance of North America. We're actually in Minneapolis, Minnesota. You can see our building there on the top, at the very top. We have about 2,000 employees in the Minneapolis area. And of course, we've got lots of employees all across the country as well, feet on the street to help you with your business. We were founded in 1896. Since this slide was developed, we have a lot more contract owners. We have about 4 million contract owners right now. Those would include anything from, our life insurance, annuity business, long-term care that we sold back in the day. So lots and lots of contract owners. We are consistently voted one of the best places to work, not only in the Twin Cities and Minneapolis, St. Paul area, but also nationally as well. We are ranked as one of the best places to work. And so maybe that's why Paul and I have been at Allianz so long, but really it is really a great company, great culture. They take care of us, and so therefore we give them our best as well. We are made up of a global financial powerhouse, like it says here on the screen, with over 150,000 employees worldwide. We're in over 70 countries. We're actually in 76 countries worldwide. So chances are, if you here in the US, sure, you might have heard of us, but over in Europe, Asia, Africa, all the different continents, those clients are going to know us as well. In the other parts of the world, we might be known as property and casualty insurers, health insurers, financial products, life insurance, that sort of thing. Here in the US, we're mainly financial products, insurance products, and we also have travel insurance as well. So chances are, if you booked a flight recently or a hotel room recently, you might have seen Allianz come up as a travel partner. So we're one of the largest companies in the world. And the one that I'm really proud of at the very bottom is we are the #1 ranked insurance brand globally among the top best 100 global brands. So that's pretty cool. Great to be at a company with the strength and size that we have. Paul always likes to tell a story about one of his advisors who was working with a client. And that client, they were talking about an Allianz Life Pro Plus Advantage, talking about all the different, ways that this could help them financially and kind of diversify their portfolio. Had a great product. He had a need for life insurance, and he left the meeting saying, you know what, maybe I'll come back. Let me think about it. And for sure, he walked out the door, and the first thing the advisor thought was, okay, I won't see him again. I'm not going to make that sale. Well, he went on a trip. He's, in a couple weeks, I'll come back and talk to you. I'm going on this trip with my wife. Him and his wife went to Greece, and they get to their hotel room, beautiful hotel in Athens, Greece. He goes up to open the window, the curtains on the window, and he opens it wide open. And the first thing he sees across the street is a huge billboard that says Allianz on it. And so what do you think he did over the next week? He sat and contemplated about this product that this advisor had told him about. And sure enough, he gets back from his trip, and that's the first thing he does is he makes an appointment with his advisor and says, you know what, I need to buy this product. So again, that global presence is really important. Your clients might see us all over.
Krista, we lost volume for you.
Insurance or annuity.
Krista?
Yeah.
We lost volume for you when you started this slide. Sorry.
Oh, shoot. Okay, let me. All right, let's try this again.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, you just every once in a while go in and out, Krista.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry about that. Could be my internet. Always a technical issue sometimes when you're working from home, so I apologize for that. But anyway, okay, so strong company, we've got high ratings. Our Comdex score is one of the highest in the insurance industry with a 94. Comdex is where all the rating agencies, Comdex takes all the rating agencies rankings of the different carriers, 200 of them here in the US, and ranks them from 1 to 100, with 100 obviously being the highest. So we have a 94 ranking. I think we're one of the highest in our IUL industry. So this is really important, not only for you as producers selling our products, but also for the clients, just making sure that we're going to be able to stay true to our promises. We're here today. We're going to be here 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now as well.
Krista, I'll jump in real quick and just add a little bit. The biggest thing to take away from all this is, Krista and I live in Minneapolis. And for years, nobody around us could pronounce our company's name. It was Allianz, right? It wasn't until we built a soccer stadium that our MLS team plays that now everybody knows what Allianz Field is. You may be in the same situation wherever you're at. Your clients do not know the Allianz name, but rest assured that if they do any research, they're going to know that they're working with one of the largest insurance companies in the world. They're also working with a carrier that has fantastic ratings. You're never going to have to apologize for it. So know that you have the strength and stability of a global company, at the fingertips of your customer.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Paul. All right. So what makes Allianz a little bit unique, or actually very unique in the insurance industry, is the fact that, because we have not just life insurance, but we also have an annuity big brother. Our annuity division, fixed index annuities, variable annuities, RILAs, different things that we offer there. We're bringing in about $13 to $14 billion a year in premium from that business line alone. And then couple that with the life insurance premium that we bring in as well. And what that affords us is the ability to do our own dynamic hedging right in-house. So when you think of other carriers, and if they're in the life insurance business, doesn't matter how big they are, they're bringing premium in every day, but they might have to hold on to that premium for a month before they really have enough put aside to be able to go out to an investment bank, have that investment bank purchase all their hedges and do all their trading and that sort of thing. With Allianz, because of the volume that we bring in every single day in premium, we are able to actually go out and do our own dynamic hedging. And we do that right from our third floor in our Minneapolis building. The reason we're able to do that is, again, just because of all that premium that comes in mostly from our annuity side and then also commingled with our life insurance as well. And so being able to do this takes out that middleman, takes out that investment bank. We're not having to pay a fee for that. We're able to be more efficient. We're able to trade and buy hedges depending on what market is doing and respond real time as any volatility or any market changes happen. And what we're able to do then is, because we have less exposure, we're not paying the investment bank to do it for us. We're able to purchase higher grade bonds. We're able to innovate and use those savings to innovate and offer some unique features on our product and pass those savings on to our clients. A little bit more about it. We actually do it so well. We started doing it about 16 to 17 years ago in our Minneapolis office. And our German parents, Allianz SE, said, you know what, we'll give you this opportunity. You guys go ahead and do this. We'll see how it goes. Well, in a couple of years later, what they said is, you know what, you do it so well, and we know that you have the tools in place that we would like you to manage all of our insurance type premiums globally. So we manage $145 billion on our global investment management tool. And really what that means, and actually what that really means to Allianz Life in the US, is that we are trading up to $8 billion per day, which equals about $2 trillion per year. So when we think of that volume, we think of like, okay, well, since we're doing that in-house, we're not going to an investment bank or whatever it might be, what's the savings? And this is the $2 billion in savings is what we have averaged, over the last 16, 17 years, this is what we have saved. And again, this is not saying that Paul and I and the rest of Allianz is celebrating every single year and handing out huge bonuses and having parties. What this is able to do for us is we're able to, again, create more innovative products and features and give those savings back, offer maybe higher caps, higher participation rates, and innovative features that I'm going to talk about here in just a minute when I get to the product.
Krista, what I would add to that is, looking at it, we didn't build this hedging department for the life side, right? It's really a byproduct of Big Brother annuities and what they've done, being the leader in index annuities for well over the past 20 years, right? If we go look at that $145 billion, Allianz is bringing in $12 billion a year on the annuity side, year over year over year. We've been doing it for a long time, right? number one or number two for the past 21 years. If you look at what Allianz is hedging and what our portfolio is, it's larger than the entire IUL industry combined. So, you know, it doesn't matter who you take. I think roughly we're about equal in size if you put all the IUL carriers, block the business together and compared it to Allianz in general. So again, we're just a small piece of that on the life insurance side. The good news is it's growing, and the even better news is on the annuity side, every time you go get premiums, we need to go get that next year. On the life insurance side, we're getting reoccurring premiums. So that number has a 10x multiplier. So as we're growing, building, and doing this, you're seeing a huge savings by us not having to pay a middleman and eliminating that. And also from an insurance carrier, we're diversifying, right? It's a little bit morbid to think, but life insurance and annuities are the exact opposite. A carrier, you know, not emotionally, but financially, wants their life insurance clients to live forever. And on the annuity side, we want them to, you know, go away and get out of our pocket as fast as possible. So having both customers that are, hopefully they live forever and hopefully they don't, we're balancing out our portfolio and becoming a little bit more stable carrier. So having both life and annuities is definitely its own internal hedge, but having the ability to hedge our indexes has been a big opportunity. As Krista goes to this next slide, she can get into some of the innovations that Allianz has come up with, being an indexed leader.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's a valid point, huge point, and what really makes us unique. Yeah. Can you hear me okay? Just double checking.
Yes.
Polly? Okay,
yep,
great. Thank you. Okay, cool. So again, you've been looking at this slide as he's been kind of talking about that, and these are just some of the innovations that we have come out with, and we were first to the marketplace with a lot of these. A lot of these have been replicated by our competitors out there in the space. Some of them have not been. So we've got the monthly sum, which is like a monthly point to point, our blended index in 2008, like a rainbow index. 2013, we came out with the trigger method. I don't know if there's any carriers out there that have actually duplicated this one, but trigger method is, you know, if the S&P is up or even from where you started. So any zero, a flat zero, anything above that, they're going to automatically get the trigger interest rate, and it follows the S&P 500. And the current trigger interest rate is 8.25. So that's great. We have volatility managed indexes. So we were the first to come out with these. And now when you look across the spectrum of different IUL carriers, you're going to see that most of them have also come in with a volatility managed index. You know, even pre-COVID, just pre-COVID, when we used to talk to producers and our field partners about volatility managed indexes, we really had to tell the story of what is the importance of it. Why does somebody want these? You know, we had conversations where producers were like, you know, I don't know about this. It sounds like smoke and mirrors a little bit, but really especially over COVID and what has happened since then with all the volatility that's happened since the election, COVID, then now a war going on. I mean, we really see the stability of, you know, returns throughout this period, and also the stability in how we have our participation rates and caps in those as well. Index lock, we came out with that in 2019. I think this is a game changer. It is unique to Allianz. We have not seen anyone able to replicate this yet. They might come out with something similar, but again, because we do that daily dynamic hedging, that allows us the ability to offer this the way that we do. And we'll talk about these in just a moment. Auto lock is just another reiteration of how the index lock can work.
And
so,
Krista, if I may, so we will receive reports from Allianz letting us know where we are on the clients that have been submitted through IAMS. Those cases, they'll give us a spreadsheet that lets us know where they're currently at and to look at to let you know that you may or may not want to lock those in or speak with your client about it. We will get that and we'll forward it on to you. And it's really a good feature that no one else has from what I have seen.
Exactly. And I know the last index lock report that I sent out about a month ago, some of the highest. So what I do is I run that for the different shops that I work with. And last month I said, you know what, show me any policy that they have under them that can lock in at 6% or higher. And one of the highest locks at that point, about a month ago today, was 10.51%. So if you're illustrating these illustrations at 6, 7, 8%, whatever it might be, I think they're right around 7% right now. But that's huge to be able to go back to your client and say, you know what, right now today, if you were to lock in, you can lock in 10.51% today's date. So it's great. I'm going to talk about the index lock a little bit more in just a moment with some of these slides. So let's get into why life insurance with Allianz Life. Obviously, death benefit protection, that's important to talk about with our products because we know a lot of the times we're talking about the living advantages, right? We're talking about that accumulation potential, the cash that they can access during retirement or for college funding or for whatever it might be. But death benefit protection on any life insurance product, that should be the first conversation that you're having. We know that every year we have to send out an annual statement. That annual statement comes out, and in those years where there's a potential, if it's a zero return, your client may say to you, oh my gosh, all I see are these charges coming out and these fees. Tell me again, what am I paying for? So again, always start with that death benefit protection. That's super important. Tax advantages, you as insurance advisors, that there are 3 distinct tax advantages when it comes to life insurance that you won't find on any other insurance type of product. So that's always important as well. With Allianz, we squarely fit on the accumulation side of the spectrum when it comes to IUL policies. You've got the protection side on one side of this, and those policies are going to be more for that death benefit, maybe lower cost death benefit that lasts a little bit longer, as a guarantee. They might not have as many choices on that side. Maybe they only have fixed interest loans. Maybe they only have a few different allocation options, that sort of thing. Maybe there's more living benefits. So that protection focus side is on one side. The accumulation is where we squarely fit. We know that is our, that's where we can design the best products. Our annuity side, also, we do take a lot of the, what they have experienced on their side. We're able to develop and add on to our life insurance side the same index allocation options, the same features onto our products that really make this great for those who are looking to max fund a life insurance policy and be able to access the cash down the road. Our target market, obviously those who need life insurance coverage, of course. Henrys, this is a term that we coined, high earners, not rich yet. So think of these individuals as, young professionals. Maybe they're young doctors, dentists, lawyers, those who, are out of school. Maybe they're in their 30s, they're starting families. They might still have student loans, they might not, but really they need that death benefit protection. They're already making good money, but they haven't built up that huge net worth yet. Maybe they're disqualified from contributing to a Roth IRA. So these are ideal candidates. Obviously, they're young, and you can, lock in their insurability while they're young. Affluent customers, of course, those who have, discretionary funds that can come out and they're making a lot of money. Maybe they've built up a lot of money, but they have the ability to fund a life insurance policy and look for ways to diversify their portfolio and put a little bit more into tax advantage type of vehicles. Transition boomers, another term that we've coined. This is really where 5 to 10 years out from retirement, I would say even 15 years out from retirement, they see the light at the end of the tunnel. They are in their highest wage earning years. Kids are off the payroll. Like Paul, Paul's not in this area yet. He still has kids at home that are really into sports and, all the expenses that go along with that. But, give them another 5, 10 years and those kids are going to graduate. Maybe they're going to be done with college at that point as well. So he might join that. I would say that I'm already there, but I'm definitely not 5 to 10 years out from retirement, maybe more like 15 to 20. I'm not quite there yet. And then small business owners. This is a great tool. You're small business owners. I'm sure you know many small business owners, and this is just a great tool for doing compensation type plans, bonus plans, retention for those key employees that would have impact the business if they were to move on or leave the business. So this is a great opportunity with IUL in this space as well. I'm going to pause there, see if there are any questions that have come up.
Krista, I don't know.
Not yet.
Anything's coming through on my end. It sounds like, Trina, you haven't either. I'll just throw a note out there. The small business sector is such a huge opportunity. So many people are afraid to go down that road and have those conversations, right? Your office is probably around a whole bunch of small businesses. You're a small business. Have conversations, start conversations. You should have an attorney on your speed dial. You should have a CPA on your speed dial. And you should start those conversations and just ask questions. What do you do? Do you have any, succession planning? Do you have any employee retention programs? What are you doing? It can open doors to a lot of things. You're using the same life insurance products that we're talking about today. There just might be some advanced tax work reforms. Having the right professionals to partner with can make it really, really easy to do and a great opportunity.
Yep, great. Thank you so much. And you know what, before I even go on to the next slide, I should just kind of mention who is the average client at Allianz. So, we know these different markets that we have, but really the average case size when it comes to Allianz is usually anyone between 40 and 50 years old. About $500,000 of death benefit coverage is the average. Obviously, we have a lot higher, and then we go down to our product itself is 100,000 up to 65 million. So our average case size is about 500,000 and paying anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 in premium per year. So that's just average. Obviously, we've got many larger cases, but then we do have those smaller cases as well, down to 100,000. The positioning points that I'm going to talk about here are right here. So our simple index story, we've got 15 different allocation options and a fixed interest bucket as well. So that sounds really difficult, but we want to make that a little bit simpler in how that works for you. So, and how you can explain it to your client. The index lock, I'll cover that in greater detail. We do have bonus opportunities with our products as well. With AG 49A, the recent regulation that has gone in place, or the different reiterations actually since 2015, has made it difficult to show those bonuses. But I do want to let you know that we do have those bonus opportunities, and we'll talk about how those work in just a moment. And then how do they get money out of their policy? It's really, really important to have flexibility, not only on the accumulation phase of the product, but also when they want to start accessing loans. So I'll talk about how they can access loans or borrow money against their policy, and why we think we're one of the most flexible companies out there for that opportunity for them.
Krista, we do have a question going back to the business opportunity.
Yes.
Can a small business owner buy IUL for himself using business funds?
The answer, you know what?
I'm
thinking, okay. Well, immediately when I hear that, I'm thinking of an executive bonus type of plan. But really what that is the company, even if they are the business owner, they basically pay themselves a bonus. And so when the premium comes into Allianz, it is actually your personal funds. So you're going to pay taxes on that yourself, but your business might get a tax deduction for that premium because it's paying it out as compensation to an employee. I don't know if that answers the question, or Paul, if there's anything else that you want to add.
It really depends on how they have their business set up. If they're a sole proprietor and the business is paying it, then they're really paying for their own insurance and there's no benefit. If they're set up as a corporation and they're an employee of the corporation, then yes, they can definitely have the business pay for that insurance. And again, here's the key that you have to remember. Uncle Sam is going to get his, no matter what it is, right? So the question is always, well, how can I avoid taxes? Somebody has to pay taxes. Either you're going to pay it out to, and it doesn't matter if it's the employee or the owner, if we're assuming it's a corporation and you're paying it out to somebody, if Krista's company of great things hires Paul Huber, she wants to pay me, she's got two choices. She can either set it up that she pays me as an executive bonus, and I'm going to have to pay taxes on the money I received. Krista's corporation is going to get that benefit of paying wages and the tax deduction of paying salary. Or you can set it up as a deferred comp plan, and then I don't have to pay taxes, but Krista's still gonna have to pay taxes. So, and we'll figure out the tax part on me when we gift it down the road. So at some point, somebody's gonna have to pay taxes on this money. It's not a way to get around paying taxes. It can be a way to defer when those taxes are paid or who are paying those taxes. But you're always gonna have to get Uncle Sam involved in one way, shape, or form.
Awesome. Hopefully that answers your question. If there's anything else that you want highlighted, just let us know.
Well, I have one more.
Okay.
And it's for when you go over the loans. I'm being asked if you can pull up an illustration as an example to show the loan provision and how it reflects in the illustration itself. Not sure if you have one handy that you could pull up when you go over the loans.
Got it. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll do that instead of going through some of the digital sales tools. But let's get to the end of our presentation and then just see if we have some time to do that. And whoever did mention that, I'll put our numbers back up on the first screen. So if we don't have a chance to do that, you can just call me directly, and I'd be happy to jump on a webinar with you and go through an illustration and how to walk through that in the loans as well. All right, so first of all, here are our index options that are available on our IUL product. Of course, we've got our fixed interest account as well. Currently, we're sitting at 5% for our fixed interest rate. We've got all those 4 different index options. So when I said 15 different allocation options, we really only have 4 different indices to choose from. And then from there, you get to choose, you know, what is your crediting method? What is your bonus option? Okay, so the next slide is talking about what are those bonus opportunities that we offer. And again, you can see the different index allocation options that we have. The S&P isn't listed here. The S&P only offers the standard no bonus options. So just if you're allocating into the S&P 500, you've got the standard no bonus options, which means that there could be slightly higher caps, participation rates, depending on which crediting method you chose. But then we've got the different bonus options. And I like to look at these, I think of these as like conservative to maybe the most aggressive, if you will. But the classic bonus is what is defaulted onto our website. So when you're running an illustration through Allianz or you're on WinFlex or however you run your illustrations, this is what is going to be defaulted. The classic bonus is available on those 3 different indices on the left. And what this provides is a flat rate or persistency bonus, it's also called in the industry. 0.90% or 90 basis points is going to be added on to the accumulation value at the end of the year, regardless of whether there was a negative performance in the market or positive in performance. So that classic bonus gets added on. It's kind of like having a floor, all right, on your policy. Your client can never return a 0. So for those clients that don't want to see a 0 ever in a negative year, the classic bonus might be the best option for them. Then we have our bonus and our select.
Krista?
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that when you ask for an Allianz illustration from us, we will be illustrating it under the classic because of the AG 49 changes that have gone into place. This index bonus illustrates the best. That is not us saying that we think that you should definitely use this bonus option. It's just illustrates best on paper. So when you apply, and you can fill out the application to match whatever index bonus that you choose.
That's a really good point. Yes, the classic bonus does show the best on an illustration. So it'll have the highest values, the highest income and accumulation. However, we do still offer these multiplier bonuses. And again, we can't show it on the illustration, but we do have some sales tools that can help provide a picture of to your client on how these bonus opportunities work and how they compare to that classic bonus. So we have a 15% multiplier. That the multiplier bonuses at the end of the year, whatever the index return is, then it's multiplied by the 15% multiplier or the 40% multiplier. So the select option gives you a 40% multiplier bonus on your index at the end of the year with a 1% asset fee. And that fee comes out monthly at 0.0833 per month. So that's an opportunity there for those that want higher opportunity to earn cash accumulation. Then they might want to choose either the bonus or the select bonus. One thing I want to mention about our bonuses and that 1% annual fee on the select is these are all guaranteed. They are not going to change once a policy goes in force. They are guaranteed never to change. And so that's not the same with other carriers. So that's important to look at that fine print. If you're looking at other carriers and you're offering different bonuses, just, you can either say, yes, they're guaranteed or no, they're not. Here's what they can change to. Ours are contractually guaranteed once the policy goes in force.
Hey, Krista, the other thing I mentioned with the bonuses real quick is that you can change your bonus every single year, right? You're not locked in and stuck with a bonus. So where we have some that are aggressive and has that 1.1% fee, that might be right for you when you're younger, where maybe when you're in retirement, it's not the right thing for you. That's perfect. You can make that change as time changes, as the market changes, as your portfolio changes, whatever it is. So none of these are locked in and this is your choice. It's what you choose today, and you can make choices on your anniversary every single year.
That's correct. And actually you can have all of these different options in any one year, right? So as long as your allocations equal 100%, you can have some in the select, some in bonus, classic, standard, however you want to allocate that, and then you can reallocate every single year as well. All right, so we do have two volatility managed indexes, and we've got our Bloomberg US Dynamic Balance 2 ER index. We call that the BUDB because that long name is just kind of a mouthful. And then we also have the PIMCO Tactical Balanced ER index. These both are able to shift daily between, whenever the volatility is doing in the market, they can shift between the safety of a bond component or the equity component as well when the market is doing well. So these really provide a more stable, not just a stable return, but also the stability in how we renew our caps and participation rates with these for your clients every single year. Paul, I don't know if you wanted to add any more to that, but just in time, maybe just let you know that these are the two that we offer. I should also mention that we do have PIMCO. Allianz owns PIMCO, one of the largest, world's largest fixed income money managers. So that's kind of interesting. That's why we have PIMCO. Other carriers have different types of managed volatility indexes.
But my 2 cents when it comes to volatility controlled indexes, Allianz came out with them in 2014. Why? Because there was a need for it, because we saw that it could do things and we could really build a better mousetrap. Our competition spent years, casting shade and saying that it's smoke and mirrors, they don't work. And then, through COVID, all of a sudden there's a pause and everybody else and they're under the sun comes out with these volatility controlled indexes. And prior to this last version of AG 49, you were seeing every carrier push their volatility managed index. Why? Because there were bonuses and they were doing all these dramatic things with it and they could make it look really, really good. Now that those bonuses have gone away, most carriers have said, forget the volatility controlled index, go back to the S&P. Not Allianz. Again, we talked about our hedging internally. We talked about what we've done as a carrier to find out what our clients need, what they're looking for, and what kind of gains they want and stability they want in their caps and their par rates. And both the BUDB and the PIMCO provide that for your client. When things are going well, they provide more upside. When things are going down, they give you a little bit of return and a little bit steadier swing. The caps aren't going to fluctuate and swing as fast as the other. And they also have what we're going to get into in a little bit with this rate lock feature. So again, we truly think we do have a better mousetrap, and where other carriers are going to tell you, hey, S&P, 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 we're not saying this because this is better. You can illustrate it better. We're saying, look at this slide that Krista just pulled up. Over the past, I think, 8 to 10 years, this is 2005 to now, it has performed better. You can see the S&P has had roughly 7.25% return, where we've seen the Budbee and the PIMCO have over a 10% return when it comes to looking at performance. So it is performing and doing better. Now, this isn't an every time. This isn't Paul and Krista saying, hey, I guarantee you the Budbee is better than the S&P. There are times when it performs and there's lags and everything else. Right now, the S&P has popped up and is going up. The Budbee and the PIMCO are starting to cross over that zero mark and going. There's a lag time as volatility is going out. But in the long run, which we shouldn't look at any one-year segments, we should look at this over time. The Budbee and the PIMCO are designed to perform better than the S&P and give you a little bit more upside. Again, you don't have to use the whole thing, but when you ask us what indexes do we recommend, we'll say diversification, and we think our volatility controlled indexes do provide a better value for your customer and give them a lot more potential and protection. So that's kind of my 2 cents on VCIs, where we stand. And again, you're going to hear a different story from a lot of the other carriers out there if you're talking about their IULs.
Thank you.
So
All right, looks like
I do have another question if we have a minute.
Yep, certainly.
Yeah,
I'm going to leave this
Okay,
slide up so they can take a look at this. Okay.
Okay. So I'm being asked if you can put some of your money in the select bonus option and then some in a different bonus option, or standard or classic bonus, or does 100% of the money have to go into the select bonus?
Nope, not at all. We allow our clients to diversify in their allocation options every single year, like we discussed. They can put some in that select bonus. Maybe they want 30% of their premium going to the select bonus, and they want the rest of it going to either the bonus or the classic. They can certainly do that, and they can switch that out every single year. So yes, they can have some in the select and get that higher opportunity bonus, and then have some in the others as well.
And Krista,
I'm being asked when that changed.
That has never changed. We've always allowed that. Maybe I don't know if there's products.
Krista, the one change on an older version of our product, we had a select allocation, and it gave you a little bit higher caps and par rates. It was a little bit different than what it is now. So yes, the old version of the product had a distinct select account that you had to be all or nothing in. I don't remember the exact date of when we changed it. I would guess it would probably be about 6, 7, 8 years ago or so. Actually, probably 2015 is when a lot of these started coming out. So probably looking at 6, 7 years ago is when that changed. And Krista, I'm going to have to drop off when we get the top of the hour, so I'll let you rock and roll and finish.
Okay, perfect. Yep, I'm going to get through these next slides pretty quickly. Is there any other questions right away?
Yeah, he has a follow-up. He said that some people say that it's 100% to the select still when he calls. So I'm not sure who he's speaking with, but he's saying that he's getting some mixed.
Trina, this is what I would say in regards to that. If he sold an old product, the old product is not going to change. So
okay,
send an email to Krista or to myself, whoever is asking, with the policy number. We can take a look and say, yep, you know what, you have that old legacy product, and that is never going to change. It's going to be 100% one way or the other. Or we can come to the new product. It was the Life Pro Plus Advantage, I think, is when we went to this new bonus structure. So the new product does have the ability. The new product has several different bonuses. Some versions have just your standard, your 15% bonus, and your select bonus. Then we came out with a new version when we had the classic bonus. That's a whole different product. So there's 15 iterations of the Life Pro Plus out there that are all a little bit different. So depending on which one he sold, the bonus structure is not going to change. If he sells a new one, the new one can change every single anniversary date.
Well, he said, thank you, Paul, that helps.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay, I'm just going to cover these next couple slides really quickly, and then it looks like we have to wrap up. So the index lock is super important to talk about. This is a game-changing feature. This allows your client or you as the producer to be able to go in and lock an index value anytime throughout the year, 365 days in the year from the policy effective date to the policy anniversary date. If they see that that index value is at a point where they feel comfortable and they've got the peace of mind that they know any volatility that happens after it's locked, they're not going to lose that index value gain that they see. So there's two ways to do a lock. They can manually lock it, meaning maybe they're going out there once a month or once a week. They're looking at their index values that have allocations to those two different volatility controlled indexes. And they can either just go in and manually lock it, or they can, at the application process or sometime after the policy is enforced, they can work with you, the advisor, and say, you know what, if it ever gets to 8%, 10%, 12%, 20%, whatever it might be, they can set a target right on the website saying, hey, Allianz, if my index value, whichever index option that I have allocated to this, if it gets to that point, I want it to automatically lock in. This kind of gets rid of that active, looking at it or setting a reminder to look at it once a month. So they can certainly lock in the gain manually or auto lock it. Once they lock it in, it is locked in for the year. We still don't credit the policy until the anniversary date. So at the end of the year, we'll credit whatever that locked in gain is, add on any bonuses on top of that, and that's when the credit goes into the policy. There is still an annual reset. So wherever the index ends up, whether it's up from where they locked it or down from where they locked it, that's where the new crediting is going to start. So on the anniversary, wherever the index is at, that's where it's going to start over. It's not starting over at their locked in value. Once it's locked again, the credits at the end of the year, the next year starts, they have the ability of doing a lock anytime throughout that policy year as well. The benefits is just this. It just gives the peace of mind to the client that they've locked in the gains. This slide just shows we've had over 11,000 locks since we launched this back in 2019. And we actually have an 11.38% average lock. So you can see on the other end of the spectrum, we've had more than 24% locked in gains during certain periods over the last 3 years. So that's pretty awesome to show the value to your client. The last main point of the policy that I want to cover today is our index loans. So of course we have fixed interest loans. That doesn't make us stand out in the market. You can see the cost there for the first 10 years and then the 11 years and on. The index loans, we have a 5% contractually guaranteed loan rate. It's never going to change. Okay, it's 5% now, 5% 20 years from now. So your clients are never going to be surprised at a loan charge that goes up per se, because there are a lot of carriers that have those right now, those variable loan rates that looked really good in low interest rate environments, and now they're starting to climb higher than even or upwards past 5%. The flexibility when it comes to the loans is key. So they're able to switch between fixed interest loans and index loans every single year. They have the ability of also allocating their loan value differently than their accumulation value. So they can have completely different allocation options for their loan value. Maybe they want to go a little bit more into that classic bonus or a trigger method or whatever it might be, to be a little bit more conservative on their loan value, just trying to beat the 5% loan rate. So we have the ability of switching between those every single year. They can allocate differently, and they can actually allocate some to the fixed interest loan and some to the index loans in the same year, and they can split those up however they want to do that every single year. I believe we're the only carrier that offers that much flexibility in when your clients are taking loans out of their policy. So we know that is very important to your clients on the back end. Last thing I want to talk about is our upgrade program. We launched this last October and then just updated it in January to allow every single policy that comes into us, whether it's $100,000 in death benefit or higher, your clients can get upgraded to the best risk class if they qualify for standard non-tobacco. So a non-rated case that's standard non-tobacco automatically gets upgraded to preferred plus. This program has been awesome. It's bringing in a lot of first-time producers that are giving us a chance because they think their client might get standard somewhere else, but they want to give them a try at a preferred plus rating. We are also seeing a lot of our missing in action agents, people that haven't produced with us in 12 to 24 months are now coming back to us and applying for their clients again that they think might get standard somewhere else. They want to give them that opportunity for a lifetime of discounted premium, if you will, and a higher accumulation potential by coming into this product. So just wanted to, this is the last slide that I'm going to cover, and I know we're over time, so I apologize for that. For those who want any other information, let me just, sorry, I'm going to just go back to the very first screen that has our names and numbers on it and email addresses. If you have any questions that we didn't get to, or you want to talk directly to me, maybe go through that illustration like somebody had requested, just give us a call or send us an email, and we're happy to help you out. Thank you, Trina.
I have one follow-up question, Krista, if that's okay, if you had another second.
Yeah, absolutely.
So on the upgrade, the risk class upgrade,
Yep.
table A, which is
yes,
table shave to standard.
So we do have right. If they are table B or table 2, however you do that, and numerically or alphabetically, if they're table 2 and we're already upgrading them to standard, because we do have that standard table shave program already in place. So if they're table 2 or table B or lower, they are only able to get up to standard. Those individuals will not get upgraded to the preferred plus. So it's a true standard or better. And then also on the tobacco side, if they're preferred tobacco, or I'm sorry, standard tobacco, they could get upgraded to preferred tobacco as well.
And if they're a table A standard?
Yep, then the table A standard can get upgraded to the preferred plus as well.
Okay.
And a couple things. I've seen somebody that has a history of thyroid cancer has gotten upgraded, was a standard risk to us when they came in because of that history. They got upgraded to preferred plus. We're seeing a lot of people that have like standard builds, if you will, getting upgraded to preferred plus. So there's many opportunities to get people that maybe they have even some health conditions that normally only precludes them to getting standard to get a preferred plus rating. That's huge, especially on an accumulation focused style product like ours. And
this program's only for new business. It's not, can someone who's already has a issued policy go through underwriting again to see if they can?
No.
Okay.
The answer is no. So this is new. It just, like I said, any new business that came into us in October and on, it does our flyers and everything. It'll say it's for a limited time. But what I can tell you is that we are going to have this program in place at least through the end of the year. And it is potential that we might even keep it next year as well. One of the reasons we can afford to do this is because we only have the one product. We had budgeted for bringing out a new product, but we need to wait for a new life insurance application system to go in for, to be developed and put in force first before we come out with a new product. So we did have a surplus budget. And so that's why we can afford this program and offer these benefits to you and to your clients as well.
Thank you. I've gotten a lot of questions about that, and I just thought we should go over that today.
Perfect. And again, here's our numbers and our email addresses. So give me a call if you have any questions on any of the topics that we talked about today.
Well, thank you, Krista. I'd like to thank you. If you could pass along to Paul, thanks for joining us today and presenting the products and all of your unique benefits that you offer. And if anyone would like to see an illustration on one of your prospective clients, please make sure to reach out to us. We'll be happy to help get that ran for you today and get it back to you so you can see. And if you want to dive deeper into the product, either reach out to one of us here at IAMS or Krista or Paul.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
For joining us. Thank you. Bye.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.